Hello everybody and welcome, or welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my island, Quinoa. I'm currently in my desert, which kind of looks like this right now, because I removed all the flowers and all the trees and we've got a lot to do. All of this, first of all, needs to be covered in sand. I might do that on my own though. However, I also need to do some basic landscaping in this area because I need to move the museum and I would like to move it to its, hopefully to its final destination. And I also want to move Faith's house and I want to create a new character who's gonna be like a stargazer kind of, who's gonna stay in a tent, who's also gonna live in the desert, kind of close to the museum, I think. So first of all, I think I'm gonna grab Faith's house because we already have the oasis. And I think this is about as big as it gets. I thought to bring it a little further to the front, to make it a little bigger and a little rounder. But apart from that, it's not going to change that much. So let's maybe try that, and then we're going to grab Faith's house, because that's the easiest part, because I don't really know where to place the museum yet. I'll have to see. I just want to bring this a little further to the front. Yeah, that's not it. Hi, fishy. At one point I feel like I kind of want to complete the Critterpedia also. So I'll have to see when I'm gonna do that. And in which format. Okay, that's about it, I think. I think I like the shape. What does it look like on the map? I'll have to move away a bit. Yeah. Yeah. I got a lot of water on my map. Got a lot of water. And I also need to connect this little bit of water to this, so that it's not weird, you know. And I think I'm gonna take it along the edge as much as possible. Oh, come on. So that I can actually use this corner for stuff, maybe more cliffs. Because, you know, I was thinking maybe I could do like a very flat, very sandy desert. But I could also create some cliffs and make it a little more canyon-like. I'll have to see which option I'll choose in the end. Let me see where I'm gonna connect these two. Maybe here? Would that be okay? I think I kind of want to combine the two, let's say, types of desert that I have in mind. Like one area could be a kind of flat, and another area could be a little more hilly, and there I could use tons of the termite mounds. If I can get that many, I might need to go on a treasure island for those. And then I could take another part of the island and make it, you know, flat and just more typical. Come on. Okay, I think I might be okay with this for now. There's a little bit of a straight piece here, but I think for now it's fine. Then that is done. It looks like a lot of water, even though it's supposed to be a desert, just because I used the water for the borders. But I mean, I'm not gonna add any more water. That's basically as wet as it gets. Okay, let me grab the moving kit for Faith's house. Okay, I brought the house with me. I thought maybe I can leave some room in the back for trees. That probably can't be a tree though. Or trees. I might plant palm trees. Maybe I can grab one. I just don't know if I have one on this side. I think I planted them all on the other side of my island. Okay, it's gotten really hard to navigate on my island because you really need to go all the way around in order to get to the other side of the island. But it's fine. I might need to install some tubes. Oops, wait, no. I wanted to put sand down. Because only on the sand path can I plant coconut trees. I brought 2, and I also brought some, I think 1 bamboo plant, a fully grown one. And I brought some sugarcane too, because I think sugarcane looks awesome near the water, because it kind of looks like a water plant. At least I'm gonna try. And it also looks nice in like the beachy or tropical vibe. At least I like that. Okay. Then let's grab a shovel, and then I think this is gonna be where no, I think I cannot place a tree here. No. Now it might be possible to plant one here, but it could be that there has to be... No, okay. Because that's what I remember, that you can place it like right next to the rock, basically. So that would be good to have a tree there, and then maybe place the house in front of it in a way that kinda, maybe this can be a bamboo. Obviously all temporary for now. Just want to see the vibe. And see, then I brought some sugarcane plants, because I think they really vibe with the palm trees and the bamboo. I'll just place some down for now. And then the house could be like somewhere here, because I don't want this to be a huge area, the oasis area I mean, but I want there to be enough room to plant lots of trees. Like I want this to be like the green. If I place it here, the tree's gonna be gone, right? Yeah. I want this to be like the green oasis, obviously, like a lot of plants, whereas in the rest of the desert I'm gonna use plants, but not like this. And maybe there can be like a tiny stand with like, I don't know, iced tea or smoothies or something like that. I might want to drop some seashells and stuff too. This could be... Or is that maybe 1 slot to the left? Or 2. And I think that's too far to the back. I think this might be it. Or is that too far to the left? Yeah, I think she placed it very far to the left. I don't mind it, but I think something in between would be great. Yeah, I think I'll try this placement. And then at one point I'll try to get as much sand in as possible. And we just have to accept the green lines. I mean, I won't be able to change it. Here around the water, I'll be able to place more of these. I think that looks neat. Don't drop it. Ah, but she doesn't take like the corner to plant it. Yeah. It's fine, it's fine. We'll find a way to hide most of the corners, and if not, then we just have to use our creativity. Because it's hard in Animal Crossing to cover up lines like that. I'll just plant some more of the sugar canes because I'm gonna use them anyways, even though they're not gonna stay where they are right now. And then we can move on and do some serious landscaping for the museum. The placement for the museum I always think is very, very hard to plan because it's huge. It's really, really big. So there's that. Okay, so I am actually thinking... What is everybody thinking about today? Are you all wanting to move out? I'm thinking that I want to create more cliffs somewhere. And kind of use the cliffs as like, I don't know how to explain what's on my mind, but I want to kind of separate the oasis area from the rest of the desert using cliffs. So I'm thinking, but see, that's gonna make it even more difficult to place the sand. So maybe not. Okay, I'm thinking. Maybe down here, there could be a really large area that's flat, covered in sand, and like the you know, cactus, the fake cactus, the bamboo, the baobab, and the cactus object or item. And then maybe some, you know, builds, so to say, but I really want it to look vast and kind of empty without it really being empty, but no civilization and stuff. And then you come here kind of, and that's like the oasis area, which will go until here basically, and maybe that will be kind of the line, I don't know, where I'll place tropical stuff. And then I'll create some cliffs here that will be more canyony, you know, and that can be basically where the museum is somehow. Or the museum could be sort of a built, so to say, like a desert forgotten place where it's obviously a museum, but maybe there could be books too. There could be like antiquaries. I don't think that's the word, but like old stuff. I don't know. And maybe even some, like there's a skeleton item, like with scattered bones basically, that I'd have to look for. Maybe I can scatter one or two of those around. That would be my idea for now. So I'll need a lot of cliff to the left here. And I'll also have to think about how to make the desert accessible. Because it's cut off to the right. This is going to be cut off. And then to the south, there's no real connection either. Because the forest is on the first level, and then there's this river cutting it off. So basically, I'd kind of have to create a pathing, some sort of pathing. We have like the Able Sisters here, which is the last official building ever, of the forest basically. I'd have to somehow create a path from the Able Sisters all the way up here, which is going to be difficult because it's this really tight spot, and that leads here basically. That would be that. And then this could be like vast. But how would I want to do it? Maybe the pathing could lead in here, and then that could be like an area with the museum, and behind the museum the canyon area is gonna start, and to the right of the museum there's gonna be like a very huge plain area of desert, and then to the back the oasis. That might be an idea. And the new character that we're gonna create, and the tent and the stargazing stuff is gonna be like in the canyon. I actually want to place like a moon item. We'll see about that. So let's imagine the pathing kind of comes in here, maybe. Let's mark that somehow. That's gonna be interesting. That's a long path, and I kind of need to make it interesting enough to follow, you know. But it also makes sense because you don't just get to a desert. I mean, it depends on where you live. Maybe you live in a very deserty place. I don't. So this would maybe somehow where the path would lead and get here. And then the museum could be somewhere here. Maybe I need to grab the museum kit. Can I do that if I'm also moving a villager home? I think so, right? Okay, so I can only do one layout change per day, so I'm just gonna skip one day. Tomorrow I'll have to be careful about the trees that I planted in the farm area too. I might have to stunt some of those. But then I'm just gonna do the time travel real quick. Oops, I forgot to click recording again after the time travel. But I went ahead and placed a museum here. I can show you on the map. This is like, you know, you have like a decent length for the pathing. And then I started building up some cliff behind it, which is going to be like the canyony area. And then the area that I want to keep like vast and very typically deserty is still very huge. And you have the oasis behind. I think the spacing for now is okay. And I think I'm gonna need an incline here. But I really don't know which one, so I'm putting that off for a bit. Because the natural one would be kind of nice, but it's very green, obviously. So maybe I'll need to take one, a wooden one. Because the brick one, I don't think so. It will probably have to be a wooden one. I'll see about that. And I think I'll also fill in the cliff maybe by myself later. But I also kind of want to have a second level at least at, you know, some spots, just to make it a little more canyony. And I'll also have to grab as many termite mounts as I can get. Because they kind of really, I think they'll really give it that look of a canyon. And I'll have to think about what to do with the beach. I think it's not gonna be like really, you know, full of builds or anything. I want to place some stuff, you know, maybe extend the desert vibes. You know, using the same plants, using some flowers, like maybe white ones and green ones, maybe yellow ones, depending on the area, really, whatever fits. And weeds, and maybe some other items that I can drop. I do not want to leave them empty, but I don't think there will be builds everywhere, because for some areas that just wouldn't make sense. So I'll see how I'm gonna manage that. Okay. Here, for example, oh, that's kind of sad because I love using these rocks for builds. Maybe I can make up something. I can come up with something, I'm sure. But for now, the cliffs are the important part. I didn't want to take all of that down, excuse me. I just wanted to give it a nice shape. Maybe this can actually not be a cliff, but this one. And then I can take it out to the beach. Yeah. And then I'll have to see where and how I want to create the second level cliff. And that if I want to make it accessible or just for the backdrop, basically. That's possible too. Do I actually have the moon as an item? That would be kind of handy. Yeah, I do. Okay, because then I can kind of put that down somewhere already. I'll have to shift it around because it's supposed to be kind of centered somehow, in like a view or whatever. But, you know, if I place it somehow like that, probably a little further to the front, and then second tier cliffs to either side of it that look like canyon as well. Maybe that's cute. Maybe that would be cute. Or maybe the moon on the third tier. Or the second, whatever you want to call it. That might be an option too. And then there would be a little bit of nothing. And then close to the moon, but not that close, would be, you know, the camp for our stargazer character that we're gonna create. And, you know, equipment, and that person or character is just gonna have also, you know, kind of everything they need, and maybe some nice area to chill out. We'll have to see. I think it would be nice to have the... Let me maybe go back up and pull it further towards the front. Maybe like this. Because it would be nice to kind of be down here and, you know, observe it from down here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be it. So there needs to be like a sunken area, basically. So that makes sense. That actually needs to be a cliff. Something like this. It doesn't necessarily need to be centered with the cliff down here. But the thing is, this way... this way I don't have enough room for a cliff to the right, I think. Maybe I have to bring it out to the right as much as possible in the back. just to win a few tiles to the right. Or I don't surround it by cliffs to both sides, but just to one side. It's also possible. I could imagine that looking nice too. Because if I decide to do that, I can even push the moon further to the right. Then I have enough room for a good cliff to the left. You know, this way it should be kind of centered with this little area. Okay, I can't really center it, huh? Then to the left I can create another cliff. I think I'll try that. So let's see, how big would the sunken area be and how would I make it accessible? As it is not a villager, not like an animal villager, but a character, maybe it's not that important to connect it with, or their area with the rest of the island, using inclines and all. It could just be a ladder. Because, you know, they don't move around and interact and stuff. So that could be... I think that's a little too small. And I'll have to see about the cliff above. Because, you know, the cliff kind of needs to be at least 5 tiles wide, so I can create a 3 tiles wide cliff on top so that I can round the edges. Maybe I need to try out at building the cliff up here first, and then I know how big I can actually make the observation area. See, here I can't even have a 3 tile one. Only here. And then this one can't be rounded either. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. That's gonna be a pain. Maybe if I push it even further to the right, then I can make that happen. Maybe one further to the left would work too, but this here definitely has to be a full-on cliff, so that the one above can be rounded. And I don't do non-rounded cliffs. Let me see. I closed it off, that was not smart. I need to leave it open somewhere for now. If I do this, will I still be able to plant another tree here? I don't think so. Where could I place another tree? Here, maybe? I didn't bring one. Did I bring food? Yeah. Then I'll try that, because I definitely want one more tree to the left of Faith's house. So that she's actually, you know, surrounded by the tropical vibes. Nope. Okay, but this can be a tree, but then that's in the same line as this one. And this one cannot be a tree either, I think. Am I gonna do it? Nope. That's unfortunate. Maybe I can plant a tree here, or is that too close to the house? So I basically need to make a tree placement here possible. But why is that not possible? There's so much room. Can somebody explain to me why this can't be a tree? Is it because of this little corner here? But that's so far away. Why can't this be a tree? It's also not that close to the house. Why is that? I really can't plant it here. It's far enough away from the ocean. It's far enough away from everything. Huh? Also, I kind of don't want you to be able to see the moon from Faith's house. But maybe I can change that. How am I gonna fix that? Maybe I do have to move Faith's house a little bit to the right. No, it's fine. I think if I can't place a tree here anyways, fine. Then I can take out the cliff to the right. And then I can actually place more stuff to the right, or even build a cliff on the second level so that you can't see the moon from Faith's house. I mean, whatever. It's fine. Okay, but this is still not enough room for a second tier cliff, so... I don't know, people. How am I gonna do this? To the right here, I don't think I can make a cliff fit. Ever. Right? It will have to be 3 by 3. It's never gonna fit. Also, I closed myself in. No, I don't think so. Why didn't they make it possible to round it 2 by 2, just like the pathing to? That I do not understand. That would have been so easy to do. But they just didn't want to. We'll never know why. But it doesn't make that much sense to me, why they wouldn't give us that option. But also they were never expecting people to be this, you know, crazily creative with the game. I think they were just like, oh, let's give people the option to place some stuff around at the outdoors. And then people went crazy. So. Okay, is that one already a 3 by 3? I don't think so. Wait, I could, how am I gonna do it? I mean, this one could maybe be a little bigger, because I do have the room here. And then it's not symmetrical, which I don't love anyways. But then the moon would have to come to the right. But then there's not enough room for a 3 by 3. Wait, let me see if that's too close. Because to make this a 3 by 3, it would have to be like that. Is the moon centered? Also, let me pick it up for a sec, because I need to remove this again. Worst case, I can also take this cliff further up, if I make it larger down here. Okay, this would have to be a circle. There's no other shape that I could have. But this one could be a little different to mix it up a bit. That should be possible. Yeah. Nice, okay. That's good. That is really nice. All of this can be rounded. That's beautiful. And then I can see if I can maybe take that one further to the front. This could be possible. Maybe. Hey, maybe that works. Yeah. I think that works. Let me sit down. This definitely works. It's not exactly what I was imagining especially with like the cliff touching Faith's house and all, but I think I don't even hate it. Maybe now I'll close this off. I'll kind of regret it. I'll have to place vines and stuff. But I think for now this is kind of cool. Okay, and then that's the museum. That's the empty desert part. And here's gonna be the incline. I think I'm gonna go grab the incline in just a second. And I would have to, would I need another incline like that leads down to the stargazer spot? I think so, right? Where would I place that? That's the question of the day. I think I would like to place the tent, like where the villager, the character lives, on the first level cliff. And then the incline will lead down to the stargazing thingy. Right? Let's maybe use up almost all of the room we have for the cliff here. Oh, I have an idea! I could maybe open this up somehow, and then the second incline will basically lead down to the ground level, and then you can also access the beach, and I could use the beach a little bit more. That doesn't mean I need to fill it up, but you can access it. That would be kind of nice. I'd have to see where to... Oh, the villager's tent could even be on the beach. And they come here to the desert, you know, to do their stargazing stuff. And I could leave like a tiny... Oh no, that's not it. You know, a tiny opening, as I did for the meadow too. Maybe that's cute. I'm thinking maybe I want the inclines like this, so that they almost touch, you know? That would be kind of fun, because I wouldn't have that anywhere else. Let me try that. Then I would need to take this one further to the front, basically, because I kind of want them to be a little more symmetrical in this case, because if I do something symmetrical, then it has to be like real symmetrical. Oh, but do I like the shape of this? This would have to be a cliff too. And then that would be an incline. And this would be an incline. Maybe. Maybe. And then I could actually place his tent on the beach. And then this could also be accessible and decorated. Like his tent could be somewhere like that, so that the entrance to the, you know, desert area is very close. But his tent could be like on this section of the beach. That might be cute. Maybe. And I could lead, the path could lead like here. And I'd close off the beach here, so that you can only access the beach and the tent using this little entrance here. I think I'll try it. I hope the space is enough. It might be a little tight, but then I just take the cliff further to the front. That's fine too. Let me maybe grab an incline. Right, but which one? I could even do the white one, maybe. Stone, I think, is a little too much like civilization. Same with brick. And the steel ones, if there was like a black one, I'd say, yeah, fine, let's use that. But blue doesn't fit. Red doesn't fit. I mean, it would kind of suit the colors of the museum a bit better. Maybe the white one is the best fit for here. Like with the sand, or the wooden one. I think I'll try the white. Okay, I did bring the white one. Let's maybe have a look what this would look like. Yeah. And then the other one would be right there. Do I like that? Or maybe I could make it one less, you know, pushed in? Whatever. So that they don't touch, but there's enough room for like one spot of pathing or something in between. Maybe that's better. And then I'll see about the cliff. Wait, no, I didn't want to place it. I wanted to see if there was enough room on the other side too. But maybe it's independent of that because... Wait, no, this can't be rounded. No. Oh, come on, girl. Because if it doesn't fit, then I'll just have to move the second one. This one to the front would be like this anyways. And then the other one just wouldn't be, you know, on the same spot, but a little further to the right or something. I'd have to see. I'd have to see. Can you round this? Thank you. Is it possible to... Wait. Because I want to change the shape of this a bit. Ah, but then it's very, very, very symmetrical. It looks like Mickey Mouse or something, or a bone. Maybe I don't love the symmetrical idea anymore. Maybe it's just gonna be a little bit to the right, just a little bit. I think that's gonna be better. Yeah. So that they're very close still, but not touching, like not quite. It could be here, the second one. Maybe that's cool. And then, how am I gonna do it? You know, their tent is gonna be there, and then they come in here, and this is... I don't know if I'm gonna put a blanket or equipment or whatever. I'll see about that. Up here, I definitely have to see about the cliff. Because I do want to continue that a bit more. But it's gonna be a little difficult. I mean, it doesn't have to be 3 tiles wide everywhere, just where I need to round edges, right? Like here, for example. Oh, it's so difficult, people. So difficult. I mean, this is possible. I just don't know if I can continue it down here. That spot down there can't be another piece of cliff, right? Or piece of cliff, tile of cliff. I don't think so. So this is as far as it's gonna get. And I think I can't round all of this. I wish this one could be a cliff. That would fix all of my problems. Oh, how am I gonna do this? Even though this doesn't look too horrible, I could kind of hide this edge with items. So for now, maybe I can leave it. And maybe I can build up another smaller area of second tier cliff here. Okay, but not here. That wouldn't be a... I couldn't round this one. This one should be possible. Maybe another circle or something. It would be fine. Yeah, I think more than a circle is not possible here. But maybe that doesn't bother me too much. Okay, maybe for now this isn't horrible. I wish there had been a little more room. But it's fine. It's gonna look way better with items, with the other incline. And then I'll probably change something about the straight piece, but I'll have to see. Probably... maybe I can't take anything away from here, right? No. I basically, you know, I used up all the cliff for second tier cliffs. But I can definitely make the path to get to the stargazing area a little smaller. Also, it doesn't have to be the only area with equipment or something. It's just gonna be the area where the person can look at them, or anybody actually can look at the moon. Doesn't mean it has to be the only area where you can look at the moon. You know? Okay. Now that is weird. Maybe I'll take it a little bit further to the back, and then actually I have a little more room to the front. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's gonna be the incline, and then you go to the left or straight. Okay, yeah. Maybe I can change this little straight piece here, because I don't love that either. Let me actually see about a second tier for this area to the front. Because apart from that, I'm not gonna place a lot. So let's use it. Oh, but people, this is gonna be so hard with the line between grass and sand. Like on these circles, I can only place, you know, like a cross of sand, and then I can't even cover up the edges. How am I gonna do that? Maybe I'll have to leave the second tier grassy. I'll have to see about that. I'm not gonna worry about it. I decided to have a desert area, so I'm gonna have a desert area, and I'm gonna make it work somehow. Without it being like everything orange, because that would suck in the swamp. Maybe. Or I would just have to change the idea of the swamp, like from a very green and lushy one to a more fall kind of swamp. Who knows? I'll have to see. For now, I'll worry about the cliffs. Alright, I think this is it. The cliffs for now. I extended the cliff to the right a bit, and if you look at the map, I also thought that maybe it would be nice to extend the cliff to the front so that the museum is kind of hidden just a teeny tiny bit from the eye. So yeah, I think maybe that's it. And it's gonna look so different with all of the termite mounds and you know, it's gonna change a lot still. And I have to see what I do about the sand. Even spaces like this one down here is gonna be so difficult with the sand, because you don't really have room to cover up the edges, so yeah. It might be that I have to change the idea of the swamp, because all the other areas would work perfectly fine, or even very, very well, with a fall vibe or fall colors. Even the oasis, because the bamboo is still very green, the palm trees are still very green, and the grass will just blend in nicely with the sand, so even the oasis would kind of benefit from a fall vibe. It's just a swamp. And also the lake I think is nicer with green grass. But the swamp, look, if you look at these plants, for example, they're also kind of brownish down there. But I don't know. I'll try, and maybe I can make the swamp look green using like the custom pathing. You know, the grass that I have, this. Maybe that's an option as well. That would make the sand placements easier, I think. Okay. For the desert, I think this is most of the landscaping. Obviously cover everything in sand that you can cover in sand. That's still gonna happen. I need to grab the other incline and place it. And I need to create the character, but that I'm gonna do maybe in the next episode, maybe in another, but not today, because I want to see where to place the tent and place some items around just for the vibe. This is obviously gonna be the museum. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna time travel so that the museum and the incline are built. Let me do that real quick. Alrighty, here's our museum. I wish you could make this a cliff too, like this spot, but it wouldn't let me, so it's fine. I might change this cliff a bit, also depending on the pathing. But I think the white planks are fine. Maddie. I forgot about Maddie! Well, good thing we have a huge, vast and plain desert area. That's actually perfect. That we still have Maddie. That's actually really perfect. I completely forgot about Maddie. She's gonna live in that area down there. We'll figure something out. Okay, I love the moon thing. I love the moon thing. The landscaping isn't exactly as I wish it had been, but it's fine. I do not dislike it. I think I'll try and place the other incline. Maybe I can already grab Maddie's home too. Maybe Maddie can live like here. Okay, that's actually really good. I forgot about Maddie. And I'll have to pluck all of these sugar canes and water some of them so that we have like most of them with 3 and some with 2, but the single ones I do not love. Okay, I'm kind of happy about this. Let me grab the incline and Maddie's moving kit. I can't build another incline. Oh. Oh, right. Right. Okay, let me get that. Okay. Ooh, I forgot about the pro license. I'll get that. But I'll already grab Maddie's moving kit. All right, now this is gonna be the museum. Then Maddie should live pretty far to the right. I'm thinking maybe even down here. Like she still has access to some water where she can get her water from. Or maybe pretty centered. I think maybe with this background would be nice. Oh, but we wouldn't want to cover up the waterfall. So it would need to be further to the right, maybe. Like this? Would this cover up the waterfall? Or it would need to be further to the front. Yeah, this covers up the waterfall. Okay, then maybe just further to the right and a little further to the back. And then she like has the waterfall right behind her house. Also, sorry, sneezing rabbit in the background. Maybe that's cute. Yeah. Also, her house is so beautiful. I might not even have to change that much. Her roof is a little too colorful for the desert, but it's very, very pretty. Okay. And now the incline. What other buildings am I still missing? Prince and Henry. No, Prince I already placed. Henry's home is still kind of out there. Marty, but I already know where he's gonna move. He's gonna move to this area here near the peninsula. Maddie we're placing now. Mint is where she's supposed to be. Ike is where he's supposed to be. His area has been finished for a long time. Prince is where he's probably supposed to be. Faith we placed. Marty just talked about him. Henry's gonna move to one of the islands. Blair, Timbra, and Elmer. Elmer's still missing. Okay. Okay, but everything is kind of planned out, so that's good. Alrighty, I did bring the incline now. Also, I'm thinking it kind of needs to be a little dark maybe so that the moon can really shine. But I also have to check that. Now I feel like this needs to be pushed further in because of the room to the back, or there's not enough space for it to be that far out. It's fine, I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Oops. Not the sand, girl. Yeah, I think the pathing is gonna be a little weird, maybe. But we'll make it work, we'll make it work. I don't hate the placement, it's just gonna be an interesting pathing process. Alright, let's pay that off right away. I mean, it's past 7 now. I think maybe 5:30 or something would have been nice. I think the moon already shone really nicely at that hour. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. Alrighty, here's Maddie's house. Now that I see it during this time of day, her roof isn't as... I thought it was kind of pinkish, but it's not. She actually has a really good home. Maybe her door could be a bit darker, but maybe not. Maybe it's just fine. Okay, we've got the incline, and then we've got the other incline. I think space-wise down here, the placement is good. It's gonna be very hard to put sand down here, but well. And then the pathing's also gonna be interesting. Let me maybe see about that. Even the sand also. I might have to decide to work with sand patches, like to like so that it can be a decent shape, and then there's just gonna be a bigger border. I'll see, I'll see. Okay, all of this should be able to be sand at least. So that's good. Okay, that's actually really good. Okay, that's a relief. Because here this shape gives for quite a bit of sand, but obviously there's very like weird edges and all. So maybe I'll just do like a decent amount of sand and then I don't know. And then I don't know. But all of this can be sand and it's like square or rectangular shapes. We'll see. For now this is actually fine. All of this can even be sand and wouldn't look too shabby. Behind the museum is not my biggest worry anyways. And this could be sand. And then, you know, this could be a piece of sand or a patch of sand, a tile of sand, and this one too, but that would just look weird. So I think I'll have to see how I'm gonna do this. All of this could be sand. I don't know what to do about the sand placement. See, now it's actually too bright again and the grass is very green again, but also I would never use mid or end April. That was never an option. It's early, no, late March, I think, or maybe very early fall. I don't know yet. We'll see, we'll see. For now, yeah, for now this is it, I think. I think for this episode it's actually fine. And you see the moon, you can kind of see it, like from far away it doesn't glow. But here it does glow, so maybe the time of day isn't too important moon-wise. So my main worry is how to make the sand look good on the grass. But yeah, I'd say thank you so much for watching. This was also kind of a struggle. I think it turned out nicely. Not the way I thought it would, but nicely. And we'll see how it will come along further along when we do some decorations. I really hope that you're going to be back for that. Take care until I see you again. Bye bye.